Today on Suncoast Views, Suncoast rentals make big money in 2017. We'll tell you the good news if you want to rent a room for some extra cash.
And as Suncoast University continues to make waves, Ringling students are here to tell us all about their latest prestigious award.
January on the Suncoast means glitz, glamour, and glorious parties. Our society photographer Cliff Rolls is here to give us a preview. All that and more right now on Suncoast Views.
Welcome to the show. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Nice to start a new year with our old and familiar friends, people we wouldn't want to be here without, and that includes the man we have dubbed Sarasota Society photographer. Great to see you.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here. Thank
How
you.
were your holidays?
Busy.
Busy?
As I expected them to be, and thankfully. Yeah, I was working over Christmas and then working through New Year as well. And
but you had time
I had a little
for
bit of
family.
time.
She looks like a candy cane.
To take my granddaughters to Jungle Gardens over the holiday period. There's Aslyn, and you're going to see Emmy running down the road there as well. So I had a little bit of time to mix business with pleasure, take photos, and also look after my grandchildren. And of course, this was a beautiful sight at Selby Gardens, Michael's on the Bay, on Sunday evening when they held one of the most beautiful galas. For invited guests, and I was out there in the gardens, tripod and flash at the ready, getting the black tie and long gowns as they came through the gardens to take their places at their tables. It was a lovely gala.
You should be a gossip columnist because you go to all of the big parties, you know,
But
all of
I'm
the
not
secrets.
a gossip.
But they love you now. Of course, they wouldn't like you
But
if you did that.
I would never ever betray anybody's secrets because my reputation will go through the window.
Well, then,
You might too.
I might too. Some of them might.
Instead of gossip, just talk about the outfits, because you've seen them.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, we love
I'm
the
sure that that's
outfits.
why the Smug Mug Gallery is so popular, because ladies can go back and say, what did I wear 2 years ago? What did I wear 1 year ago?
Right, or what did they wear last year so I know
What
what
did
to
my
wear
friend
this year.
wear? I'm getting something different.
Well, good. We can't wait to see what's coming up in January because we know it is certainly a hot season here for social events. So we are excited about that.
And Cliff will be at all of them.
I will.
Yes, he certainly will. All right, it is also the season to make healthy eating choices. We're going to start anew. We're going to do all those things we know we should be doing, but we need some help. So that is why Karen from Crop Juice is with us in the kitchen today. We have the best intentions, but we need you to teach us how.
That's right, and as you know, Crop Juice is all about leafy green juice, but today we will be introducing for the first time our leafy green spirulina smoothie bowl. So we're going to have you on the kitchen a little bit mixing that up.
Okay, good. We're going to learn all about the secrets to, that's right, healthy eating, good juices, all sorts of great things. But before we do the healthy thing, we could talk just maybe one more time about who did what over the weekend and how much fun everybody had. So I want to start with Linda. What did you do this weekend for New Year's?
Oh, my family was still in town. My son and his wife and 2 children from Atlanta, and of course my daughter Kathy, her husband and their 2 children. So there I am saying goodbye to Ariana. She always says one of the highlights is being on television when she comes here.
Good.
She's 9 and she's the most like me. There they are leaving.
This picture made me
after
sad.
8 days.
Were you
yes,
sad?
very sad. Then I hit the house and started cleaning up because it was a disaster. And there we are. We were celebrating the new year by taking the whole family out to dinner. Now, we went to a restaurant on the North Trail. We had 4 little kids and 5 adults. People around us were rolling their eyes and sighing. And then, of course, the waiter dropped my plate on the way to the table, so we had to wait for him to start over, them to start over from scratch. So we were there a long time. The kids had a wonderful time. The people around us, not so much.
You know what? That
I'm going to take my
happens.
granddaughters there then.
Yeah, she'll tell you later where it was, but that's okay. No, well, good. I'm glad you had that together time, and I felt sad for you on social media when I saw the pulling out picture because it's hard.
That's
it's hard to
always
say
the
goodbye.
sad time. You get so used to them, and it's so great to know everything that's going on in their lives.
All right, single lady, we expect the good stories out of you.
Yeah.
Well, I actually had a calm New Year. Like I drove down late Friday and then went out with a bunch of friends. Then decided to do something more subdued on Saturday and just hung out, no alcohol involved, just chilling with the family. And then on Sunday, Sunday night, we went out and rung in the New Year
Good
at
for
a
you.
really popular spot down there.
Well, good. I knew you'd be out and about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I'm the old boring one, but that's okay. New Year's weekend is a big working weekend for me, actually, because I also work for HSN, and I am a culinary healthy eating expert. So I worked nonstop from about Friday through, including this morning, still doing lots of different products, and that's okay. You know, I had a lot of fun working. I was in bed before 10 p.m. on New Year's Eve. Slept on and off most of the day New Year's Day, but I was also on TV at midnight this morning. So, you know, you do what you got to do. But yeah.
Somehow I missed you.
I was on and off throughout the weekend. But yeah, my family proclaimed the New Year is completely boring with me around. So you'll have that. That's all right. We make up for it
They'll
on other
learn to
days.
do it themselves.
Well, I think sometimes the way you start the new year has a way to tell you what you're going to do for the rest of the year. You started off with family, so that's good. You started off working.
I'd like to make
you're gonna
money,
be
so that's
making money,
good.
You know, that's what I think. You know, however you start it is usually the course it's going to be.
My
That's an
husband-
old Southern tradition.
It is?
And I cleaned up the house yesterday, and I was feeling really sorry for myself. And then I thought, okay, I'm cleaning out all the bad things in my life and making it fresh and new again.
I do that every year. I mean, from top to bottom. I
You
do
do a big clean
Yeah,
out?
I don't do a spring clean. I do New Year's clean. So all the dirt from the 2017 is gone by 2018.
Well, and I think once you take all the Christmas and holiday decorations down, too, you see all the dirt.
The only thing left is dirt.
Yeah, absolutely. And in my case, it was dog hair. Thank you, Wrigley. So, all right, well, it's great to be back together with everyone. It is time for our first hot topic. And speaking of last year, we know the number of visitors to the Suncoast continues to grow, but last year's numbers show just how strong our tourism economy is and how it's changing. Airbnb earnings in Sarasota County nearly doubled from 2016 to 2017. More than 67,000 guests used Airbnb last year. That generated more than $13 million in revenue. Sarasota ranks 10th most popular in Florida for Airbnb guests. Obviously, it's good for tourism, but it could also be good for people looking to generate extra income. What do you think about Airbnb?
I do it a lot. I have about 8 friends that I travel with a lot, so I've done it in a lot of cities around the country, and I love it. I really love it. But I wouldn't rent my house out. I would just feel strange having strangers there while I wasn't there.
I mean, I think it's a good option if you're needing some extra money and not want to do something permanent. I worry about the impact, though, to the local economy, because you don't always get, while they tax it, it's a little bit more leeway, and you can there's
Get
a way to
around
get
it.
around it.
Sure, it
So I
doesn't give as
worry-
much benefit back.
So I worry about the bed tax. I worry about how it's going to make sure that our property taxes don't continue to rise.
Yeah.
That's
I did
important.
a whole walkabout 2 years ago in Portland, Seattle, Vancouver via Airbnb. First time I'd ever tried it, and I think it was the beginning of the Airbnb phase as well. So people were putting their profiles online, and I had to put my profile online as well, which nevertheless did not correspond sometimes to where I actually landed. New York being one of the best examples. It was a horrible experience in a very, very dirty, rundown place in New York, which as a photographer, I'm able to make things look a little bit better than they actually do.
Yeah.
They did a very good job of doing that. So anyway, but apart from that, there were 2 examples. One was when I had the flat to myself. I enjoyed it. When I was I went to Seattle and found that the guy who owned the flat was actually going to be there while I was there.
And you had a bedroom?
I was in sort of like the spare bedroom, and I didn't like that at all. It was too late, and I'd paid, so I couldn't get out of it. But he was all right. But I remember spending 4th of July in Seattle last year thinking, I really don't need to be here. And I actually cut my journey short because of it. So I have a diverse opinion about it.
Yeah, you have to do your research,
Yeah.
but I do like the fact that I think it gives maybe a different group of travelers an option for being here rather than the traditional hotel. So, hey,
I mean, there's always pros and cons.
visitors are good. We'll
And
keep it there.
sometimes the hotels are really full.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good different
And very
option.
expensive.
So New Year's Eve shows in Times Square are known for their pomp and circumstance and pulling out all the stops. Well, Fox Network went kind of above and beyond this year. They pulled out a surprise wedding. Host Maria Menounos married her boyfriend of 20 years live right in the middle of their Times Square coverage. She was hosting. She just turned around and got married. Her co-host Steve Harvey married them. Apparently the idea popped up just a couple of weeks ago during a meeting when a producer suggested that they should try to find a couple to get married during the show. And Maria goes, well, I'll do it. So in 2 weeks' time, she bought a dress to withstand the New York chill. She shared the secret with just a handful of family and friends and produced a New Year's Eve surprise wedding. Her comment, she was happy to avoid the planning pressure. So random to me.
I think that makes the wedding less special.
Me too.
I think a wedding should stand alone as something between the two of you and your best friends and family. And that way, they weren't the big deal, not even for her.
No.
She was doing something else. So she just took time off and then got married, which I think may forecast things for the marriage.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the idea either. I feel like it was just, it should be more intimate. And not only that, it just seems, I don't know, almost like it cheapens the whole process because now everyone is a part of it.
I would have liked to see, you know, obviously lots of places do things where they invite people to get married on their TV shows. We've seen it with all the morning talk shows and the daytime shows. I like that at least because those are people who don't have the opportunity to be in the spotlight. So for them to get married at Times Square and on TV is such a big, huge honor. Maria Nunes has been on TV forever. It's not such a big deal for her.
And it was for those people who are getting married on a show, for them, their wedding is still the focus. For her, she was working that night. That was the main focus for her. And oh yeah, I'll get married while I'm here.
Yeah, I thought it was a very interesting choice. I did not see it live since I was asleep, but I watched it obviously afterward yesterday. And
looks a bit kitschy.
A little kitschy, I think. That's a good word. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're making our healthy eating resolutions. At least I would assume. I haven't checked in yet, but I know we probably are, knowing us. But what happens when you fail? I mean, I don't really want to think about that, but do you get that guilt feeling? I don't like guilt. Well, a HuffPost writer tried and shared what it's like to feel guilty with the help of an expert telling you not to. So writer Jamie Feldman from the Eating Recovery Center worked with a doctor and says we have to get rid of any wrong or bad feelings when we do have junk food or don't work out. She says treat your body like you're talking to a friend. Just because they do one wrong thing, like not call you, doesn't mean the relationship is over. So don't hate yourself for one error. Choosing not to work out one day or caving into one dessert will not ruin your body or your year, and recognizing that helps you get back on track faster.
Oh, I don't agree. I think guilt is our friend. If you don't feel guilty, you will still continue to do it. Guilt stops you from continuing a bad habit or creating a bad habit.
I don't know if I agree with either of them. I've never felt guilty for not doing what it is. It's my body. So why am I going to be mad at me?
You don't get mad at yourself? I get mad at myself.
I'm not get mad at myself. I mean, if I really want to do something, get up and do it. If I don't want to do it, I'm going to sit down. You know, I don't think you can't, it's okay to be harsh on yourself, but you can't be that harsh.
Well, I just think if you feel guilty about it, you won't do it tomorrow, maybe. I'm counting on that. We'll see how this works out.
Yeah, I'm pretty motivated by guilt. I have to admit that.
Really?
Yeah, Cliff, you're not a guilt person?
Not guilt, no.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very difficult during my season. There are 1,000 excuses I could make for not going to exercise and not taking care in what I eat. But seriously, no, if I went out every day and felt guilty, I'd be in a terrible state. And I know that I know that I'm overweight and I know that I need to lose 50 pounds. But hey, I know that it's not going to happen during a Sarasota social season when I'm walking around the Ritz, Michael's and everywhere else all the time looking at these beautiful foods, and I get home and edit through the night, and that's when I make my mistakes. That's when I snack. That's when Maria's on my back saying, do you really have to eat that? And yeah, because I get hungry during that.
He's like, I'm hungry.
It's called normal.
Yeah.
Hungry is normal.
So I'm not going to worry too much about it.
I
And
agree with that.
at one point, you know.
That's my thing. I think there's a point where all of us will get to where we say, you know what, enough is enough with whatever it is, and regardless of the guilt or not guilt, you're just gonna do it. And we just haven't gotten to that point yet. Like if it's about food or if it's about exercise, whatever it is, you're gonna get to a point one day and you're like, you know what, it's just time.
It's time. It's time to get my act in gear.
Yeah.
So, well, if it's time for you, we wish you the best of luck.
Well,
Don't feel
time
guilty.
for me, so
okay, we're going to do it.
Got my fingers crossed.
All right, so there's animal emojis now that have been added to all the iPhones. They're actually a voicemail or video message that uses an emoji to track your voice. I admit I don't completely understand this because my technology is not upgraded at my house. But a mom was trying to send a note to her daughter with one of these new animal emojis, and it didn't go quite right. Check it out.
Hey, Princess. I'm on my way home. I'm getting the Chick-fil-A, okay?
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. So obviously,
that mean?
so she was
She
trying.
started coughing.
She was calling her daughter to say, "I'm getting Chick-fil-A. I'll be home," and her face is replaced by the emoji because
right.
that's what we're doing. Well, she had a coughing fit. That's
Yeah.
what that was.
So
Well,
it's
you know what the beep was? After she had a coughing fit, she said a bad word.
Oh, I didn't hear that bad word.
No, it was beeped, Linda. This is daytime TV. All right,
I have to cue this thing.
I think we have do we have another one to check out? Nope, that was enough. So I haven't tried this yet, but I heard that's iPhone 10, and that's why I haven't tried
I
it.
received them. I can't do it. I have a 7.
I know, me too.
But it causes a lot of misunderstandings.
You're like, why
the
is this thing
emojis. Yeah,
talking
you
to
don't really know. Like if I got that, I'd say, what's wrong with this person?
I
They're
like
telling me I'm a
emojis because they
goat?
get me out of trouble. I like to say something somewhat snarky and edgy and possibly argument producing,
someone else do it.
and then put a little emoji after it. Just kidding.
I used to think that people were sending me a little snake in a brown emoji,
Oh, you didn't understand that
and
emoji?
I didn't realize it was a pile of poop.
It is
No.
a pile of poop, a smiling pile of poop, though.
I've
All
never
right,
gotten one.
something that is not nearly so controversial. We are going to check out our happy hour forecast. It is a chilly one, and when we come back, what else do we make resolutions to? Get track of our money. Stay with us.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather update on this very, very cold day with wind chill factors this morning below freezing across parts of the Suncoast. Our actual low temperature right around 41 this morning. We don't have any wind advisories or wind chill advisories tonight, but that will be back, I think, as early as tomorrow night and into Thursday. Right now the temperature 56. That's the same as the wind chill, so that is not a factor. Currently it's 56 degrees. The dew point is at 45, and that is low. Humidity at 67%. Winds are still brisk out of the northeast at 15, and the pressure 30.14 inches. Now there is a storm system developing to the north of us, and it's going to be a dangerous storm for North Florida. In fact, up there near Tallahassee all the way over to Jacksonville, a winter storm warning. You don't see this very often. That is in effect through Wednesday at noon. Again, that is a winter storm warning. They could see up to 3 inches in ice accumulation on some of the power lines there and trees, causing all sorts of headaches. Well, much more on this winter storm coming up at 5.
A very common New Year's resolution is to do a better job managing our money. So it is appropriate that January is Financial Wellness Month. And here to get us started on the right foot is Esther Halt from Star Financial Solutions. And this is a great time to kind of take stock of everything financially in our lives. What questions should we be asking ourselves as we start a new year?
First of all, Happy New Year
Happy
to
New Year.
everybody. There's a lot of questions the first of the year. We get everything together, and what I like to do and tell people is that, first of all, our beneficiaries. Looking back on last year, has anything changed in our lives, in our families' lives? Have we made our families bigger? Has, unfortunately, somebody passed? Do we need to change beneficiaries? And that would be IRAs, 401ks, any insurance products, annuities, all of that. We need to look and reevaluate who our beneficiaries are. Do we need to add some or change some?
Okay.
All right.
That's
and
good information.
No, it's something you don't want to make a mistake about because then should something happen, then you
Right.
have things
Too
going
late to
wrong.
go back and do it over.
Right, exactly. I like to think
Right.
I don't want my ex-husband to benefit if something happens to me.
I wasn't
Hate
going to
say
say
it.
that.
Yeah, Just saying that would be
Absolutely.
the one I'm thinking about. Let's go to the positive, though. What about if you maybe got a big bonus or something? How do you look at what to decide what to do with your money?
You need to look at your financial plan. If you have a big bonus, then that may change how you use your money. You may want to pay off some extra bills. You may want to invest a little bit extra. You may want to put some more aside for your insurance. And you should definitely get together with your financial advisor, see if your financial plan needs to change with that. If you've had a windfall, an inheritance, you win the lottery or some other windfall, an insurance claim, you should definitely look at your financial plan, see if that has to be reevaluated or changed to reflect that. And if you don't have a financial plan, now's a good time to start one.
You need one.
Yeah,
so
you should
a lot
have
of people
one.
probably are in a pretty good mood, especially if they were in the stock market because 2017 was a very good year. So why do we need to reevaluate now? Shouldn't we just keep on rolling?
This is what I call sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Dire Straits said that a long time ago. But what happens is, so the stock market was really good last year, and a lot of the companies that did really well are a lot of the more aggressive companies. So in the beginning, hopefully in the beginning of the year, when you first talk to your advisor, you set up your investments to show a certain amount of risk, a certain amount of investments in different sectors. Now that may be a little bit skewed.
Okay.
If the kinds of investments that did really well are the more aggressive investments, then you may be taking on more risk in your portfolio. And of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, so it doesn't mean that the market's going to continue to go up.
Can it please? Because we'd really like it to.
So is the
Long
idea,
term probably, and you never know if a correction is coming. It's normal to have corrections every single year, and you need to be ready for that.
so is the idea to adjust, like, so if you're really risky right now and you're worried about what could happen, maybe adjust those risks?
Right, you might want to pull back a little bit, reevaluate what you have.
But you can make a lot of mistakes without help, because the tax thing is so confusing now that you can make a simple little thing and it can cost you big money if you don't be careful.
And that's why you need a financial advisor and planner to work with you, and a tax consultant.
Yeah, and I think this year more than ever, because it does seem like we have a lot of changes coming with the new year.
More than ever, and they should all work together for your best interest.
All right, good advice. We're taking stock of everything as we start a new year. For more information, you can contact Star Financial Solutions at their website. Thanks, Esther.
Thank you.
Not just money, we're going to get our bodies on track as well. We're going to get some tips about juicing from Karen at Crop Juice.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Well, every year, most of us pledge to eat more healthy and add fruits and vegetables to our diet. But making it happen is a different story. Still, juicing is a great way to increase our intake, and Karen O'Dina from Crop Juice has some juicing basics to help get us on that road. So this is, when you think of juicing, this is actually really big, but there's always different types of it. So there's organic, not organic. So how important is it to?
I mean, we believe in 100% organic at Crop. If it's not 100% organic, we do not do it. And the reason for that is, conventional produce has a lot of synthetic pesticide residues on them. And I just don't prefer to think about this great produce going through my machine only to consume all these pesticides. So, you know, you have to use 1 to 2 pounds of veggies to create a juice. You know, that fiber goes away, so you have all these great nutrients, and I just don't want them being muddied up with these extra pesticides. So organic is really important to us at Crop, and I know that we speak to consumers every day that do want to invest in organic produce, but the cost is there. We all know that. I mean, we pay 50 to 70% more for organic produce than conventional produce, but like I said, you've got to weigh what works for you, cost,
you gotta find that
and I will tell you, there's a great website, the Environmental Working Group. You might want to check them out at environmentalworkinggroup.org, EWG.org, has a great list, Clean 15, Dirty Dozen, and it actually lists all the conventional fruits and veggies, how much pesticides are in one group, and then the least amount of pesticides in the other group. So that might be a good direction.
Is there a way to, like, if you don't go organic, get the pesticides off by washing it or different things?
It's still within. You know, you can clean, you know, conventional produce well, but there is still pesticides within how it is grown in the crop.
Oh, wow. All right, well, let's move on to the
We'll
juicing.
do it. You convinced
Now you scared us. That was scary. Yeah. All right, but tell me about juicing. Why is it so good?
Oh my gosh, the nutrient density and what you can get from a juice and how easily it's absorbed in your body and the bioavailability of all these raw fruits and veggies, especially when a juice is raw. You know, we can have a whole other conversation about juices you buy in the grocery store versus a raw juice, for like what we do at Crop. And what we focus on at Crop is the nutrient density of leafy greens. Most juices are loaded with cucumber and celery, and it's not that cucumber and celery aren't good for us. We use them, but there's typically a splash of leafy greens in there. And why do you think that is? Leafy greens are really expensive, and especially organic leafy greens. But we set out to create a juice that didn't exist in terms of this right here. In our most popular juice, Camouflage, which we actually have a shot up in front of us, has 6 cups of leafy greens even before we add the pineapple, apple, and lemon. So we're going for the biggest bang for your buck. If you're going to invest in a juice, give me the leafy greens.
Because that's what you
This
Give me the
is
leafy
in
greens.
here.
Yes, that's
This
just
much
before
green.
all the other ingredients that go into camo, the pineapple, apple, lemon.
Do you lose any of the nutrients when you go from the whole product to the juice?
Juicing definitely will oxidize over time, but the method that we use is a cold press method of juicing, and there's less heat and air driven into that process compared to centrifugal juicing. And I always tell people, do your own test. I can't believe the way, and that's why we opened Crop. I couldn't believe the way leafy green juice made me feel, and the biggest thing is that it helped decrease my sugar cravings. And I'm like the biggest sugar addict around. And it makes, you know.
Well, you talk about sugar cravings. I have a craving for solid food. So while I'm juicing, you know, you may just want, you know, just a piece of meat or something, which may not work out, but what do you do with that?
Listen, I mean, there is no doubt when you set out to do any type of juice fast or juice cleanse, I'm sure there's this anxiety that builds about, oh my gosh, I'm not going to eat for 3 days. So we always say, be good to yourself and listen to your body. If you need to consume, you know, healthy fats like an avocado or some seeds, nuts, go for the cleanest source of proteins you can get and the cleanest source of fats. Only infusing your body with nutrients is going to make you feel good. So we want to set you up for success, and that's the biggest part of it. So
okay. All right, so we're going to
I'm ready.
We're going to start our
cheers
test
to your
right
health.
now.
Happy,
to
healthy
New Year.
2018.
Happy, healthy.
It smells
good
so
shot.
fresh.
A
It
shot that
smells.
actually is good for you.
A shot that is good for you.
All right,
Cheers,
well,
everybody.
we're going to take a sip, but you guys can join Karen at Crop Juice locations throughout the Suncoast. There's one in Gulf Cape, University, and of course downtown Sarasota. And then you can always visit her online. And when we come back, get your calendars ready. Cliff Rolls has some special events we need to be attending. We'll be back.
It's time to take a road trip.
If you love the beach, Alabama's Gulf Coast has 32 miles of sugar white sand and turquoise water. Looking for a room with a view? We have them. Beachside and bayside. There's incredible history. Whoa! And the seafood is fresh from the Gulf. Another round of shrimp for my friends. Alabama has a road trip with your name on it.
Which one you gonna take?
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC 7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android. Thanks to all of you who participated in ABC7's Paris Vacation Giveaway Contest. Join us as we congratulate our grand prize winner, Heather Caston of Bradenton. She and her husband Clint are going on an amazing 6-night dream vacation for 2 to Paris, the most romantic city in the world.
Thank you, ABC7, for going to Paris.
Congratulations, Heather and Clint. We hope you have the trip of your lives. ABC 7. We're here for you. Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
Well, 2018 is here, and that means season is officially in. And we need to know what events we need to attend. That's why Society photographer Cliff Rolls is here to tell us all about the events that we are not going to miss.
Yes, you shouldn't miss any of them. This is a very funny one because a couple of the events here didn't happen last year. So they happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I put in some older photos, very old photos. You might see a few very young-looking, thinner people there.
Oh, we still look young and thin.
That's good, right? And as I say, they're all from last year, if not. But yes, Bobeth, they are all starting up.
So we need to get the calendar out.
The first one that traditionally opens a year is the Pearlman Suncoast celebration concert with the Maestro. Maestro Pearlman is here on the Suncoast. The residency's been here since the 21st. Culminates on the 4th with a big concert and dinner, and the dinner being at Michael's on East. You're seeing the photos there, where Maestro comes in with his...
that's a couple.
There's John and Linda, yeah, they're attending every year as well. So there's the Maestro with his wife Toby, and we all crowd round and try and get a photo of him when he comes in his wheelchair and get the photo that we all need. And then there's speeches, there's performances, everybody has a good time. This year it's at Michael's on East. It's been at USF a couple of times in the past as well. So that's the Pearlman one this coming Thursday, January the 4th. The Sarasota Memorial Healthcare Foundation hasn't done the hospital gala for a while now. It's at the Ritz this year on January the 13th. It's being co-chaired by the Bartners, Ariana Dart and Jill Ramsey. And the funds raised from this gala are going to support the Sarasota Memorial Hospital emergency care services, including the trauma center. This is very prunk, very black tie, very evening gown. There you see some lovely ladies from a couple of years ago. This one hasn't been done. It used to be called the Corinthian Gala. It's now being called the Hospital Gala. So everybody's going to be decked out to the nines in their best things and wear stuff to that one on January the 13th. So look forward to that. Okay. This one hasn't happened for a couple of years either. It's celebrating the 70th anniversary of the State of Israel. It's called We Love Israel, Shuk. It's a fair, and that word for fair is shuk. And it's taking place at the Federation campus. Of course, it's got food trucks, it's got activities for children, opportunities for purchasing products made in Israel, jewelry, artwork, educational, everything happens on an afternoon. It goes on from 12 to 5 on January the 14th, chaired by Roseanne Black and Melissa Howard. It's going to be a very, very interesting and fun afternoon for the whole family. So do get down to the Federation and see what goes on there. Okay. On January the 24th, this is a lovely one I like to do as well, because this year it's featuring 4 of dear, dear friends of mine. It's the National Council for Jewish Women. It's happening at Michael's on East, and 4 amazing women in power are chosen. This is to appeal to Linda, of course, whose life passions have exemplified the National Council mission. This year we've got Dr. Karen Hammond, Nell Miller, Debbie Haspel, and Charlotte Perret, all ladies of our wonderful society who go out and do wonderful things for the community. And they're being honored in the National Council of Jewish Women Women in Power event over at Michael's on January the 24th. Gloria and Marion Moss, 2 of the organizers of said event. Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's going to be a nice luncheon for them as well. This one's interesting. January the 25th, Sailor Freedom. You've heard me talk about it before. It's basically creating awareness for street trafficking. Human trafficking, I should say. It's the 5th annual A New Beginning fashion show and champagne luncheon. Now, Elizabeth Fisher told me today they're closing off all the streets at 5 Points on January the 25th, bringing in a New York fashion vendor, taking local models and local vendors, but making it an international fashion show for everybody to go along and have. They've done it at the Yacht Club. They've done it they did it at the Westin. This time it's going to be closing off the whole of the lawn in front of the library and 1350, and they're going to be basically having vendors around the grass. They're going to be having a fashion show in the middle of it, and of course this is creating awareness for human trafficking. It's a very important event.
That's a great idea.
It's a good, very, very good event. I would advise you to go to that. January the 25th at 5 Points as well. Here's one I like. Sean Ewins organizes this one. This is the Healthy Start Coalition, an evening for Healthy Start 2018. It takes place at one of my favorite venues, the Sarasota Architectural Salvage, not far from here, just around the corner. And all the proceeds go to help pregnant and families, low-income families as well. It's a wonderful event organized by Sean Ewins. This year we've got music by Brenda Watty of the Marvelettes, food, drink, local restaurants, beer, wines, cocktails, face painting, my selfie photo booths, and the best silent auction and raffle in town. So you're going to enjoy that one as well. Healthy Start Coalition, January the 25th in the evening over at the Architectural Salvage. I got to say, this comes up in the top 3 of my favorite galas of Sarasota. This is what my heart, having been ringmaster and being the photographer, this is the Circus Arts Conservatory Gala every single year. I've just finished photographing Sailor Circus. They did a wonderful showing over at the arena. This one takes place under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park, where you're going to really experience some of this fantastic winter season. There's a couple of secrets I'm not allowed to talk about yet that Pedro and no doubt Jennifer Mitchell will reveal when they come on the show here. But this is going to be a fantastic gala for everybody over under the big top. You've got everything you need in colour, and you'll see me over there photographing like mad. I can't keep up with what they do of an evening, but the headliner this year is going to be very, very exciting. Something they haven't done since I was ringmaster in 2007. It's going to be very, very important.
You know what else is exciting? The drum roll for the Picture of the Month.
Woo! It's a real one. I like it. Here we go.
Oh, that's stunning.
Evita. I am so proud of this photo. You've no idea. You all went to see it, and she came down in the beginning of the show on a harness and went into a hole in the stage, and I got her first dress rehearsal. Bam! She was there.
Stunning.
That is a great
picture hangs on my wall now.
Oh, that is lovely.
I like that.
Thank you. This is obviously Lights in Bloom.
With the
over
sunset,
at
that's
Selby Garden.
gorgeous.
You've got the sunset, the ringling, you've got the former wishing tree, which was on the other side this year, but nevertheless beautifully decorated. I'm very proud of my photos of the month this year.
All right, well, we're loving them too. And you guys can get more pictures at Cliff's website. It's a Smug website, Smug Mug website. Just search for his name and you can get all the details there. And then when we come back, Ringling continues to do great. We'll tell you about their latest award. We'll be right back.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5. our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. The lower temperatures affecting outdoor businesses in our area this week, what that will mean for them in the long term. And the lower temperatures also affecting animals, how you can make a difference for furry friends living in area animal shelters. Let's get a check on that chilly weather now with First Alert Weather Forecast and Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Scott. A blustery day today. Strong north winds. We had highs only into the mid-50s to upper 50s after lows this morning. We're in the upper 30s to low 40s. We had wind chills get this down to freezing right around 6, 7 o'clock this morning. No wind chill advisory tonight as things are moderating just a little bit, and the wind chill factor is not a factor at this point. Dew point is at 45. That northeast wind continues to be rather brisk at 15, and we are looking at winter storm warnings to the north of us into Tallahassee and near Jacksonville. We'll explain more on that coming up at 5. See you then.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now. Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and Bobeth Yates for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC7.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Ringling College of Art and Design continues to put itself on the map as a nationally acclaimed art school. And that's certainly apparent as Ringling students are winning major national awards. And we have a lot of competitions going on, but we have a student artist and a Sarasota resident, Jasmine Richardson, with us today to tell us about her very prestigious award as an illustrator of the future. Congratulations, Jasmine.
Congrats.
Tell us about this award and what you did to win it.
It's an international contest, and I am friends with a past winner, and he suggested that I enter it, and I ended up getting in pretty quickly.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. How many people entered it beside you?
I'm assuming a lot, as it's an international contest.
So you had to beat out people all over the world for this.
Now,
what did you have to do?
Yeah, I was going to say, was there a theme? Did you have to create something specifically for it, or did you submit something that you had priorly done?
You submit 3 pieces that you've done before.
All right.
Okay.
And tell us what
about
we're looking
these
at.
now. What are we looking at?
That's the volume I'll be in, the 34th issue of the book.
Oh, that you created?
And that's your artwork?
No.
Okay, so your artwork will be in this book as part of the publishing.
Oh, wow, wow, very good. And let's see something else that was involved. Now tell us about this one.
That's one of the pieces I entered in order to win entry into the book.
What are we looking at?
I call it My Little Ghost, and it's about she represents winter, and there's a snow owl on her head, and it's just kind of a fantasy thing that I wanted to try out and test some new techniques.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's
now tell us about this one.
This one's a little character I love that I made for a school assignment. So I drew this in order to put for the cover of my portfolio for that project.
Oh, wow, that is nice.
That's lovely. Oh, wow.
Oh, look at the detail there. Tell us about her.
That's a redrawing of a piece I did about a year ago. It's a representation of Capricorn, the constellation.
Oh, okay.
Where do you get your inspiration for these?
Nothing specific. I just like fantasy work that has elements of realism, so I definitely love to draw figures and stuff like that.
That is amazing. Now you're going to Hollywood for a workshop. Tell us about your Hollywood trip.
Part of the contest in winning is you get shipped to LA for what is it called? A project, like where you go and you learn things and stuff like that.
So they're going to look at your work and
amazing.
give you feedback, and you'll learn about what it's like there. Now, would you like to go to Hollywood and illustrate in that world someday? What is your ultimate dream?
I'm not sure yet. There's a lot of options that people don't see when it comes to being an artist. So I'm not sure which one I want to go towards yet.
Well, this
But you're
is a good
going to be published.
opportunity. Yeah.
Tell us about the published thing. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, for the contest I had to create a piece on its own that would be published that they commissioned from me. So it's a whole new thing that hasn't been published yet or released anywhere. So it's nothing anyone's seen yet.
Oh.
So she's not going to show us, but that's all right. We had to ask.
So how has Ringling helped for all this?
With Ringling, a lot of the pieces I entered, I learned those techniques there, and like it's taught me a lot, and especially with color and composition and all these important things that people don't think about generally, and that's how I got into the contest, was with the pieces they helped me make.
Oh, that's amazing.
Are they going to hang some of your stuff in Ringling College?
Not that I know of. I
Well, they
haven't
should.
really told the school.
Now they're going to, and now
Larry,
they know.
you've got to do that.
The secret's out, Jasmine.
Congratulations, Jasmine. We are very, very proud of you. We wish you all the best. And next, I told you so, mermaids are real, and we'll tell you how you could be paid to be one.
Sarasota Institute of Lifetime Learning begins its 47th season on Monday, January 8th in Sarasota, Venice, and Lakewood Ranch. Meet Bruce Adolph, the piano puzzler for NPR on Monday, January 8th, and Chris Inglis, former Deputy Director of the National Security Agency, on Tuesday, January 9th. 72 Global Issues lectures, 24 musical conversations. Subscriptions available now. Single event tickets at the door. For more information and to purchase season tickets, visit sillsarasota.org.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some will take you back in time to the Civil Rights Movement or even the Civil War. You boys play nice now. From Helen Keller to Hamlet. Check out these big guns. We're talking the USS Alabama. Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. The juror in the Jimmy McNear case that claimed he couldn't get a fair trial due to a racist jury is now set to appear in court.
We'll tell you what questions that she might face from McNear's defense team tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
Well, another shot of cooler air headed our way. Cloud cover around as well. We'll talk about that bright and early.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
I can't tell you how many families just cannot afford health care, and the costs are rising. Just seeing that large amount of children uninsured suddenly would be devastating.
The Children's Health Insurance Program, it helps children of low-income families, but the funds are getting low. What does that mean? I'm Alan Cohn. We'll have you covered at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors.
Okay, we always like to work on Linda's bucket list, and this could be one of them. So Linda loves mermaids. It's one of her things. Linda, they're hiring in Weeki Wachee. You could give it a try. So here's the deal. Weeki Wachee Springs State Park. If you've never been there, it is a very fun road trip a couple hours north. They're holding auditions to do this. It's coming up January 13th. If you have grace and good lung capacity, you can be a mermaid. Listen, you can make a big splash in this job. You perform underwater dance moves, and apparently trying out is a really big deal. Dozens come to give it a shot, but we have been warned it is much harder than it looks.
Yeah, I would forget not to breathe.
It doesn't look easy. Did they hold it? They're really holding your breath?
Yes. So if you've never seen this, there is oxygen similar to like if you were diving that hangs down in hoses, and you go up and take a hit off the oxygen.
Oh my goodness.
You really do, and then hold your breath and slowly release it. But I mean, they only go get air like not often.
You know, I watched that when I was a kid. My kids watched that. It's a wonderful thing.
It's been here forever.
I do wish I'd tried out when I was younger.
I knew it.
Still do it now.
There's
Linda.
some things you can't do when you get older. I have to admit, being a mermaid is one of those things.
I wonder how they stay down, though. I mean, are there weights in those tails?
I would think so,
I think they're kicking.
But usually that, it propels
I would think they're
you
weighted
up.
down a little bit.
And there's a lot of secrets we want to know, but if you are a good dancer and you can hold your breath for a very long time, and you want to drive to Weeki-Wachi, that's right. If not, take a Florida road trip and take the kids to show them what it's all about. We're going to find out more about juicing and new items on the menu at Crop Juice. Stay with us.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The minimum wage is up for workers in Florida, how it will affect full-time employees living off a minimum wage salary. And taking a quick look at your first alert traffic, right now roads are looking pretty clear in Sarasota and Manatee counties. There are no crashes to report on the interstate, but for those of you traveling down towards Charlotte County, there is some red on the map on US 41 near Port Charlotte. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob Harrigan.
It was cold this morning, Jacqueline. Wind chills down around freezing this morning. That has since changed. Now, no wind chill advisory in effect tonight. Temperatures are moderating a bit, still on the cool side in the low 50s anticipated. But the big story north of us as a winter storm warning, you don't see that very often, is in effect for North Florida. It includes Tallahassee, all of I-75 and 95. Tough driving, ice accumulation up to 3 inches, more in that 5.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC 7 News app.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment, and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Thanks to all of you who participated in ABC 7's Paris Vacation Giveaway Contest. Join us as we congratulate our grand prize winner, Heather Caston of Bradenton. She and her husband Clint are going on an amazing 6-night dream vacation for 2 to Paris, the most romantic city in the world.
Thank you, ABC 7. We're going to Paris.
Congratulations, Heather and Clint. We hope you have the trip of your lives. ABC 7. We're here for you. WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Coming up Wednesday on Suncoast View, Workout Wednesday. It doesn't have to be a chore. We're going to make it fun. We'll talk to Club Pilates about a new location, and we're going to take a tour of the studio to see how easy it can be for us to get in shape. Kids are going to get on the activities too when we learn about the PAL football program in Manatee. It's helping low-income Suncoast students get the love of the game. Plus great deals in Suncoast for sale, and Chef Judy has the best spaghetti and meatballs on the Suncoast.
Welcome back. We're with Karen O'Dearna from Crop Juice. What are we making, Karen?
Today we are making a spirulina green bowl. And next question is, what is a smoothie bowl?
Yes,
This is a real hot spot now with people, smoothie bowl. So basically it's a smoothie that you eat with a spoon and you put all these great, awesome toppings on there.
So it's a little bit thicker?
It's thicker, so you will see as we blend, you'll see that it's going to be a little bit harder to blend this all together. But Linda's starting the wonderful strawberry topping, and we're going to actually start building the base of our bowl, and then we will top when we're done. So, Bobeth, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, so we are starting with 2 ounces of orange juice and 2 ounces of vanilla almond milk, which of course is organic.
Is it already measured?
It's already measured.
Okay.
You're good
Already
to go.
in there,
So go ahead
okay.
and dump that baby in there. Then we're going to start with chia seed. So you're going to do a little teaspoon of chia seed in here.
And what's our health benefit of chia?
Chia, omegas for
Okay.
sure, fiber, digestive health. That's the other thing with smoothie bowls in general. Hold on a sec, I'll get back to that in a minute. Next, we're going to put all this frozen fruit in here. So what we have in here is spinach, kale pulp. We have raw ginger root. We have banana, we have peaches, we have pineapple. So the great thing about bowls is you can have all this fruit already ready to go. Frozen in your freezer, throw it in the blender. And right now you look at this and you say, oh my gosh, how am I going to blend this? Look at this little bit of liquid in here.
There's barely liquid.
So this is where the workout comes in. So Bobeth has signed up for this labor-intensive job.
Have I?
You have, and we're going to make sure that lid is on there. Nice.
So it does take a powerful blender at this point.
It really does. We're going to
Okay.
make sure the lid is
Because
on.
I've burned
Right.
up several.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn this on. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so you're going to be
That's no
aggressive.
problem for vitamins. Yeah.
That's it, that's right. And you don't want to hear it actually catch, because then it's getting too liquefied. So you want to hear it do what it's doing. Like that, that's okay, keep going, you're good, you're good. She's good, she's right on. Maybe do a little stir around them. Yes, yes, perfect. Then a few more hammer down corners, yep, perfect. It is labor intensive, and you're just about done. It's perfect. And it's looking really, yes. Swirl it around. Swirl, and we are good. All right, perfect.
That was impressive.
It was very impressive. And I have to tell you, what you're going to love about this bowl is that spirulina is a complete plant-based protein. All 9 essential amino acids are in here. So we're trying to make a more nutrient-dense smoothie bowl. A lot of times smoothie bowls get a bad rap for being loaded with a bunch of just fruit, period.
Yeah, sugars.
So yeah, we're trying to put some greens. We had spinach, kale
Do I
pulp
open
in there.
this?
Yes, ma'am. Just go ahead and take that lid off here.
Okay.
So like I said, we got spinach, kale, we got the spirulina, ginger root. You're going to take your little tamper stick.
Okay.
Actually, your little scooper stick, I should say.
So basically, you've made, whatever kind of smoothie I'd normally make anyway and just thickened it up a little bit.
Correct.
So that I'm going to eat it with a spoon instead of a straw.
That's right. So you
Okay.
can actually, a lot of people think of this as a healthy dessert. Like instead of going for a bowl of ice cream, this is a great replacement to that. And like I said, we have other options of our bowls that are a little bit more decadent, maybe a little bit less nutrient dense, but still a lot of superfoods are loaded in these bowls as well. That's what we focus on. I don't want to create a bowl that just is loaded with a bunch of really fruity
Smells
ingredients.
good.
We want
Right.
greens in there. We want some
Right.
nutrient. We need the omegas.
It looks like one has beets in it because I can see the gorgeous
All right,
color.
so what do we
Actually,
do
that
next?
is pitaya. That is a superfood fruit. So you're going to smooth that out just as you are, and then we're going to top it with all these great toppings. So,
All right, so tell us what we're topping with.
so we are topping with a gluten-free, organic, purely Elizabeth granola.
Okay.
So beautiful. And then we're just going to do
There.
blueberries and some toasted coconut chips on this
What
one.
happened to my
yum.
strawberries?
And
They're
then
coming,
just-
Linda.
It's all right. You can
They're
just
coming, they're coming.
load on
Load
whatever you
on.
want on there. And then the coconut chips, and then we can just load on strawberries. And the other wonderful thing is actually doing a drizzle of coconut nectar. So Cliff, will you do me a favor and hand me that little bottle of coconut nectar over there? And we're going to do a little nice drizzle
Well,
on
this
top.
is certainly a gorgeous and amazing way to make eating healthy taste great and be fun. You can go to Crop Juice. They've got these amazing bowls on the menu, and not to mention all the different juicing options, of course. Either learn how to do this at home or pick them up ready to go from Crop Juice.
That's right. And just keep in mind our bowls are actually only available at our university location right now until our Gulf Gate expansion is completed, hopefully within the next few weeks.
Okay, good to know. So you'll have to check out University for that, but the juices are everywhere. We love great new ways to get started with healthy eating, and we are headed down that road. So let's dig in. I'm looking for spoons, girls. We're going to pass them on, pass them over. All right, Cliff, great to see you. Remember to get enough sleep during this busy social season. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Thanks for having me, guys.